Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Battlefield 5. This title from DICE and EA is available now for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows via Origin. At the time of the recording of this video, the game cost $59.99 US or $99.95 Australian. DICE and EA are taking Battlefield 5 back to World War II where the franchise first started. While the setting is the same, Battlefield 5 is taking a decidedly more modern approach to World War II, carrying over a lot of features from Battlefield 1 and adding some new features to encourage team play. The game ships with 3 single-player war stories and 8 multiplayer maps. There is a good reason why the video game industry moved on from World War II in the early 2000s. It was overdone, and games were quickly boiling down to the same rehashed tale about Normandy, with a few stories about the Eastern Front thrown in for good measure. Battlefield 5's writers are opting to explore stories mainstream pop culture has passed over, those of criminals, resistance fighters, and colonial armies. Whether you call it mining the dusty corners of history for fresh content or some social justice agenda, the topics are a lot more interesting than reliving D-Day for the 30th time. War Stories ships with 3 short stories following the special boat service during Operation Albumin, the Norwegian resistance looking to sabotage the German nuclear weapons program, and the Senegalese tirailleurs during Operation Dragoon. Each story can be completed in about an hour, so there isn't much time for deep storytelling. It's hard to develop strong characters in that period, so each war story feels more like a sample bite at the local grocery store and hopes you'll look into the full product in your own time. While a 4th war story is scheduled to launch on December 4th, Battlefield 5 is still woefully short of a full single-player campaign. Grand operations are multi-stage multiplayer maps that follow major battles. I like the fact that they offer a little bit of history and context to the map. While the match outcomes don't change history, it's nice to see each round's briefing react to the outcome of the previous round. Battlefield 5 launches with the single-player war stories and the normal multiplayer modes. The single-player campaign is showing its age. The mechanics feel like they have not changed much since Battlefield Hardline. The stealth system is basic and feels clunky compared to modern systems. The AI is spotty and unpredictable. At times they know exactly where a suppressed shot is coming from and swarm the player like angry hornets. Other times they seem to be deaf to a shot ricocheting off a metal surface only a few meters away. Considering there is only 3 to 5 hours of content right now, Battlefield 5 is definitely not worth the purchase for those interested only in single-player content. Multiplayer is traditionally the main event for Battlefield titles, and even more so in the case of Battlefield 5 with its anemic single-player offerings. The game ships with the classic multiplayer modes we've become familiar with over the years, such as Conquest and Domination. These modes have aged well and continue to be a solid mainstay for players. DICE is still tinkering with the much younger Operations mode. This year brings a mode that is less vehicle-focused than Conquest, but not a pure infantry experience like Team Deathmatch. Instead, DICE has taken some inspiration from last year's Star Wars Battlefront 2, where vehicles and support abilities are summoned with points earned through the course of the match. The mode is a lot of fun, especially for players who are interested in strong team play. I like the rejigged class system. DICE sticks with 4 classes, but offers subspecialties for players who are looking to play the class with an emphasis on assault or support. While it's impossible to force all players to stay with their squad and work as a team, giving all classes a chance to slowly revive squad members seems to help. I really like the capped health regeneration as it gives medics a bigger role in the fight. Balancing is still a work in progress. While the struggles of balancing air power have been ongoing since the birth of the Battlefield franchise, Battlefield 5 still hasn't hit the sweet spot. December 4th is bringing a patch to nerf the KE-7 and buff SMGs, which are all steps in the right direction. There has been controversy about Battlefield 5 historical accuracy and realism, especially in relation to the game's cosmetics and marketing strategy. DICE has opted to fund the development of free gameplay content through cosmetics. A post-launch DLC plan that doesn't split the player base makes the game's cosmetic-heavy strategy an easier pill to swallow. Personally, some of the cosmetics would feel out of place in a hyper-realistic shooter, but I don't consider Battlefield 5 a realistic World War II shooter in the first place. The game is very liberal with the use of unrealistic weapon mods like reflex sights and fully automatic weapons. Practically speaking, Battlefield 5 is a modern shooter with a World War II skin. I think the pitfall of Battlefield 5 is the fact that it feels rushed out of the door. Considering the game isn't a huge change from Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5 is a bit short on content. I get that Battlefield 5 is part of the new trend in video games as a service, and that more free content is coming out in the months ahead. But the game didn't ship with a much needed practice range. There is only 3 short war stories, and Grand Operations is only an ad in the menu. On the server front, there's no server rentals available for communities at launch, and DICE's servers have poor player balancing. I've seen entire teams empty out without switching solo queued players over to the other side to balance out the teams. I expect better from DICE and their vaunted years of experience with multiplayer titles. Battlefield 5 is an excellent looking game. The game uses the aging Frostbite 3 engine, but the developers have done a good job updating the engine so it can keep up with the latest and greatest. The engine is paired with excellent art direction to create a gorgeous and realistic looking game. The more focused natures of the war stories offer some stunning moments amidst the bloodshed. Battlefield 5 offers a solid audio experience. The soundtrack has great orchestral scores that sets the mood for war stories. The sound effects are solid. Voice acting is good, though some of the multiplayer lines could use some more variety. I really appreciate the fact that the voice acting in war stories are in the characters' native languages and subtitled as necessary. While I can't comment on the quality of the non-English voice acting, I appreciate the sense of immersion. Battlefield 5 is still an excellent large-scale shooter. The improvements to the team play experience are very good. Single player is starting to show its age, but has always been a bit of an afterthought for the mainline titles in the franchise. Mechanically speaking, I haven't enjoyed a Battlefield game this much since Battlefield 3. The real problem is Battlefield 5 is short on content and features on launch. I suspect the game would have benefited from another delay to January 2019 after the Grand Operations mode, the Fourth War Story, and Battle Royale mode are scheduled to launch. While a second review of Battlefield 5 in a few months' time would technically be a review of a more complete game, the current state of Battlefield 5 feels like a no man's land between an early access and a full release. I'm awarding Battlefield 5 7.5 capsules out of 10. If you want to read this review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. If you're looking for more videos to watch, check out our review of Overkill's The Walking Dead here on the right. If you're looking for another FPS to play, check out our review of We Happy Few here on the left.